Welcome back, guys, to Coaching for Cooking. So we've dried off the pork belly and we're ready to go on it. We just need to sear it off. I've got some figs ready to go. I've got some cherries ready to go, and I've got some shallots ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to sear off the pork, and then we're going to deglaze with a little bit of some of the fruit and the shallots, and then we're going to put some port wine in it and just go to town on it. So something to think about is I'm actually going to use a carbon steel pan. It might be kind of frowned upon for some people to do that. However, I feel good about it, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to probably won't reduce the port wine reduction once we braise the pork in it, because carbon steel has a tendency to give off certain flavors. And because we're in my home, I'm going to use my butane burner. I love this thing. So these are about $35. You can get them all over the place. If you open it up like so, you'll see it has a little door right there, and you put your can of butane in, and on the other side you'll notice that it has to be in the off position. Then you have to, there's a lever right here, you press the lever down and then you can turn it on. It has a clicker, so it automatically ignites, so we're in good shape. And the reason I'm using carbon steel is because carbon steel is very, very efficient, especially when we talking about heat. So, that being the case, I'm going to take my carbon steel pan right here and put it on the burner that is now lit. It lit really, really quickly. In fact, I'm going to show you how easy it lights. Alright, so, boom. Alright, the lever is down. Boom, done. Pan on the thing. So, because we're using pork belly, we are probably not going to need to use really any oil. Now notice I'm letting the pan get hot. So some people are like, well, you know, what about oil, this, that, the other. You know what you really need to do at this point in time is just let the pan get hot, because that's really what's going to cook it. You always want to cook in a hot pan. You never really want to cook in a cold pan. And also when you're cooking, you always want to cook with hot oil. So you want to take hot pan, oil, hot oil, and then go to town. So the way I'm going to do this first is I'm going to take the fat side first, I'm going to lay it down, and you can already hear it searing. And I'm going to turn down my heat a little bit because I don't want it to burn. I just want it to get nice and brown. So this is going to take a few minutes, and that's okay. It's part of the process. So we're going to sear off a couple of pieces. I'm going to turn off the video. And then once we get done with everything looking good and pretty, because honestly I would keep everything on this side. I would try not to overheat the pan. A lot of people want to sit there and turn up the heat as high as they can. You don't have to cook on high heat. It's okay not to. So what you can do is like literally just low and slow, but you need to have a hot pan first. I know that sounds weird. It's like get it hot and then turn it down. So that's just part of the madness. Tongs are good. So these aren't even close to being slightly rendered. So I'm going to turn it down a little bit more, because you see all the smoke right now. It's a lot of smoke to be going on. And look, alright, turn it down. Boom. Alright, so we're going to see if this will move. See, we've got a little bit of char on it, not much, but this is essentially bacon if you really get down to the nitty-gritty of it. So you want it to sear really nice. You know, just enough to get some flavor. And you can already see where it starts to crackle. So, good stiff. And you can see right here where that bacon grease is really starting to show up. what's really neat about this is because I don't have so much oil, you can actually almost feel it's dry.